They'll never acknowledge that you outperformed their games and prevailed. They will use any excuse to avoid admitting that you outperformed them, such as chance, a fluke, or a coincidence. You broke through their carefully crafted illusions and saw right through their masks. Their games were intended to keep you little and to ensnare you in their web of manipulation and deceit. They are frightened by the fact that you not only survived but flourished. They never played fair games. The board swung to guarantee your defeat, and the rules changed in their favor. They concealed the facts, loaded the deck, and chuckled when you faltered. However, they underestimated you. They believed you were following the same set of rules and playing the same game. The time you completely quit playing was not visible to them. Rewriting the rules, or better still, removing the board altogether is the key to winning, not perfecting their game. Every action they took was a tease, a trap, or a test. They were hoping you would react, snap, or lose your cool, but you didn't. You observed, you gained knowledge, and you gave them the impression that they were in control, getting ready for your attack. And it wasn't a loud or spectacular moment when it arrived. It was silent, strategic, and lethal. It wasn't until it was too late that they realized they had lost. Their self-inflicted demise is what makes it so beautiful. They were misled by their conceit. They believed they were invincible because of their ego. They believed their authority was unassailable, and their schemes were infallible. However, authority based on deception is brittle and may be destroyed by a single fact. They weren't destroyed by you. They ruined themselves. You just allowed them the room to do it. They assumed you would drop to their level, fight on their terms, and become entangled in their mayhem. However, you didn't. You ascended above it, apart from the commotion, impervious to their agitation. They hoped you would respond, participate, and play into their hands. However, you triumphed because you played a separate game that they were unable to comprehend. The goal of winning was not to disprove them. It was about establishing your correctness. It was about taking back your story, your authority, and your identity. Their games were intended to get you to pause, wonder, and doubt. However, you became stronger each time they attempted to break you. Your inspiration came from their trickery, and your trigger was their brutality. Without you even knowing it, they provided you with the means to beat them. They are now struggling to understand their failure while dealing with the remains of their own games. They will fabricate a tale, portray themselves as victims, and change history in an attempt to save what little dignity they still possess. It won't matter, though. Every action you did to overcome it was imprinted with the truth. In their hearts, they know you won, even if they try to deny it. Your freedom is the most fulfilling aspect of winning, not their loss. Freedom from their manipulation, deception, and games. You ascended for your own sake, not theirs. You broke the cycle, saw through the facade, and came out of it unharmed. You created your own world, but they wanted to keep you in theirs. You deprived them of their authority in the process. Winning was never the goal of their games. Their purpose was to prevent you from recognizing that you didn't have to play. And now here you are, triumphant, untouchable, and unrepentant. They believed they could define, break, and dominate you. However, they just served to highlight your strength in their absence. Your triumph serves as a constant reminder to them that their games were their worst error. We are fascinated by video games, aren't we? They provide worlds with explicit laws, quantifiable progress, and purpose for every action. Every step you take ahead feels like a win as you embark on a mission. The appeal lies in the environment where hard work is rewarded. Failure is viewed as a brief setback, and the stakes are high yet under control. You are the protagonist and the creator of your own fate in video games. What about the irony? Many people do not realize that life is the ultimate game. Why do we pursue virtual accomplishments so intensely while ignoring our life's true goals? The reason for this is because games are designed to be enjoyable. They provide just enough challenge to keep you interested without driving you to despair by breaking down difficult activities into smaller, more manageable chunks. Feedback is instantaneous and rewards are regular. In comparison, life is messy, unplanned, and frequently unappreciated. However, what if the script could be reversed? What if you could apply the aspects of games that make them so addictive to your daily life? Think of your life as a game with a structure. Every objective turns into a quest, and every challenge into a level to be completed. Progress is concrete, observable, and enticing it is not ambiguous. Gamify your goals. Give yourself tasks to do. Give yourself a reward for any accomplishment, no matter how tiny. When you set stakes that are important to you, the routine of everyday life takes on a completely different meaning. You begin to play instead of survive, and you find meaning in that play. Immersion is essential to this way of thinking. We forget we're playing games because the world they build is so captivating that we lose ourselves in them. It may be the same in life. Create an environment that is so full of interesting problems and a sense of purpose that you lose track of time and forget about the diversions, doubters, and observers. Get so caught up in pursuing your objectives that you lose sight of the outer world, and you continue to play when it attempts to interfere. Like games, Life is a sequence of decisions. Some are life-changing, while others are insignificant. We easily make those decisions in games since we know that each one affects the course of events. Even if the stakes are higher in life, the same rules apply. Make smart decisions frequently, and don't be scared to fail. Like in video games, failure in life is only a springboard to success. It's simply another beginning, not the finish. The ultimate kind of retaliation is victory in life, not against other people, but against mediocrity, your own uncertainties, and the forces that are trying to prevent you from moving forward. The last boss in a game is the ultimate exam, the culmination of all you've learned. Although they are less visible, life's bosses exist: apathy, fear, and indolence. Although defeating them is difficult, the benefits are worthwhile. Every win demonstrates that you are in control of your own fate and are not a passive participant. There is a straightforward distinction between games and real life. To leave a game is to start afresh. Quitting equals stagnation in life. Games teach you to keep going, to try new things, and to be creative. Apply that way of thinking to your reality. Play as though it were your last, since it does. Every choice, action, and danger has a cumulative effect. Those that keep playing, don't give up, and take on challenges are rewarded in life. The issue is not gaming addiction. It's the sign. It is the outcome of lives devoid of direction, organization, and feedback. If you make your life into a game, the addiction will change. You begin to thrive in the real world and quit yearning for the imaginary. You develop an addiction to advancement, development, and success. And when you win, your life is changed, not just a few pixels on a screen. The stakes in life are larger than in any virtual environment, yet it's still a game. Act like the antagonist who will not be vanquished, the anti-hero who gets back up after falling a lot. Be merciless in your drive for success and unrelenting in your search for purpose. And when you win, you applaud yourself, not the onlookers, the one audience that was ever important. Manipulators. They carefully plan each strand to entangle, conquer, and shatter as they build their webs. Their subtlety, the doubtful hints they sow in your mind, the threads they tug with such ease, is what gives them power, not their might. They don't want respect or equality. They are looking for puppets. You are but another instrument in their orchestra of lying. And to them, control is a symphony until you refuse to perform. The manipulator falters when a victim speaks up. Their tactics fail because they failed to foresee opposition. Strength is not a factor in manipulators' plans. They target people who are seen to be weak. They are scavengers of weakness rather than designers of power. Their scheme falls apart the instant you take back your voice and emerge from their shadow. Their illusions are destroyed, their strings hanging pointlessly, and they are left exposed. Because it exposes their own vulnerability. Manipulators detest losing control. They appear powerful, but their authority is a facade, a house of cards based on your obedience. Even a small pushback causes their facade to crumble. They freeze, preparing for disobedience, for the boldness of someone who doesn't want to comply. They have neither a defense against independence nor a response to autonomy. They never intended for their game to deal with insurrection. It's not necessary for your stance to be loud. It can be quiet and purposeful, a small change in your attitude, a refusal to compromise. Silence terrifies manipulators who live on commotion. They cannot use the power of silence, which is strength. They are left fumbling, clinging to the power they believed would always be theirs, and they collapse, overcome by their own emptiness, when they are unable to locate it. Fear is the root cause of manipulation. Fear of losing, fear of being invisible, and fear of being inadequate. Since they lack true respect and connection, they are unable to inspire, so they manipulate. By standing up for what you believe in, you make them face this fear and look in the mirror of your strength. And mirrors are hated by manipulators. The fragility they strive so hard to conceal is too evident. Making a point or winning a debate are not the goals of taking a position. It's about taking back your identity. The goal of manipulators is to define you.